Josh Allen received exactly 0 Division I scholarship offers. 0. Not one college wanted him. Today, he's worth $258 million and just became the NFL's first quarterback ever to throw and rush for 40-plus touchdowns in multiple seasons.
It's that drive that took you to the next level.
Look at Josh Allen!
Oh my goodness! Josh Allen is one of the best players in this league.
In fact, ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr. once said Allen was destined to be a parody of an NFL quarterback. Colin Cowherd called him a massive mistake. One anonymous scout literally said, "He's gonna be a bust. I bet my house on it." And yet, somehow, this overlooked kid from a California town of 3,000 people just posted better numbers than Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson combined in certain categories. How? Well, to understand how Josh Allen went from nobody to MVP, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. Before he hurdled Anthony Barr on national television, before the 13-second heartbreak against Mahomes, before Buffalo fans started building him literal statues. Because this is the story of the quarterback who had to beg colleges just to look at his tape and ended up breaking the NFL.
He can beat you from the pocket, he can beat you with his mind, he can beat you with his arm.
And then he's got the ability to take off and run.
Here goes Allen!
You became larger than life on the football field.
Josh Allen grew up in Firebaugh, California, a dusty farming town of approximately 7,600 residents, where the nearest Walmart is 20 miles away, and NFL dreams are about as realistic as winning the lottery. It's the kind of place where kids work cantaloupe fields at 5 a.m. before school, where your neighbor is either a farmer or works for one, where Josh's own family farm grew cotton, wheat, and cantaloupes. But for Josh, football wasn't just small-town entertainment. By age 10, he was launching footballs over his family's barn, literally 50 yards in the air. His dad, Joel, welded together goalposts from irrigation pipes in their backyard. Every sunset, Josh would stay out there alone, perfecting throws while his friends were inside playing video games. His arm was special, everyone could see that. But here's what nobody talks about. Josh Allen was 5 feet 11 inches and 165 pounds as a high school junior. Skinny, overlooked. By his senior year, he had grown to about 6 feet 3 inches and added muscle, but was still invisible to recruiters. When senior year recruiting season arrived, the results were brutal. Alabama, no interest. USC didn't return calls. Oregon never scouted him. Fresno State, literally 45 minutes from his house, they offered his backup instead. Josh Allen had a 25-2 record as a starter. He threw for 3,000 plus yards and 30 touchdowns. And still, nothing. So he did something desperate, something 99% of players never try. He became his own recruiter. Allen created a Gmail account. He filmed his own highlights on a borrowed camera. He sent over 1,000 emails to college coaches. Subject line, Josh Allen, 6'2" quarterback, can make every throw. The responses were devastating. 500 plus ignored completely. 200 plus auto replies. 50 plus thanks but no thanks. Exactly one meaningful response. That response came from Craig Bohl at Wyoming, but not with an offer, just advice. Get bigger, get stronger. Then maybe we'll talk. So Allen did exactly that. He enrolled at Reedley Community College, a JUCO with more cows than students. He lived on protein shakes and creatine. He went from 180 pounds to 215. His arm strength jumped from impressive to terrifying. And finally, after dominating at JUCO, Wyoming offered. Not Alabama, not Ohio State, Wyoming. A program that had produced exactly 0 NFL starting quarterbacks in 30 years. But for Josh, someone finally said yes. When Josh Allen arrived in Laramie, Wyoming, elevation 7,220 feet, average game temperature 28 degrees, he wasn't supposed to become anything special. Wyoming's own coaches privately called him a project. Local media predicted he'd need 2 years before starting. Vegas had Wyoming at 300-1 odds to win a national championship. Then Allen took his first snap in practice. The ball traveled 70-plus yards in the air, on a rope, in 30-degree weather, at altitude. His teammate, wide receiver Tanner Gentry, later said, "We all just stopped and looked at each other like, what the f was that?" In his first year as a starter, Allen did things that broke physics. Threw a 75-yard touchdown while getting hit, completed a 50-yard pass falling backwards, launched an 82-yard bomb against Nebraska that made SportsCenter's top 10. But here's where the haters emerged. Allen's completion percentage? 56%. His decision-making? Questionable. His footwork? A mess. Draft analyst Charlie Campbell wrote, "Josh Allen is this year's fool's gold." Todd McShay said, "He's more likely to be Kyle Bowler than Ben Roethlisberger." The analytics community created an actual formula proving Allen would fail. They called it the Josh Allen rule. Allen heard every word. He screenshot every article. He saved every tweet. Then came the 2018 NFL Combine, the event that changed everything. Allen's measurements: height, 6 feet 5 inches, taller than 90% of NBA point guards. Weight, 237 pounds, heavier than most linebackers. Hand size, 10.125 inches, bigger than Shaq's. Arm velocity, 62 miles per hour, highest ever recorded at the time. 40-yard dash, 4.75. One scout texted his GM, "This kid is a creative player from Madden." The Buffalo Bills, a franchise that hadn't had a franchise QB since Jim Kelly retired in 1996, traded up to pick number 7. They could have taken Josh Rosen, the pro-ready quarterback. They could have traded for a veteran. Instead, general manager Brandon Beane looked at Allen's tape, his measurements, his story, and said, "This is our John Elway." When the pick was announced, Mel Kiper gave it a C+ grade. Bills Twitter imploded. One Buffalo radio host literally quit on air. But in Firebaugh, California, population 3,048, Josh Allen's phone rang. It was Bills head coach Sean McDermott. Ready to prove everyone wrong? Josh Allen's NFL debut was exactly what you'd expect from a raw rookie. First pass, nearly intercepted. Second pass, overthrown by 10 yards. Third pass, 14-yard laser for a first down. He was Jekyll and Hyde in cleats. One play, he'd hurdle Anthony Barr, a 6'5" all-pro linebacker, becoming the first quarterback in history to hurdle a defender in an NFL game. The next play, he'd throw the ball into the third row. He completed just 52.8% of his passes. He threw more interceptions, 12, than touchdowns, 10. ESPN ranked him the 32nd best quarterback out of 32 starters. But Bills Mafia saw something else. He took hits that would hospitalize normal humans and bounced up smiling. He ran through Patriots defenders like a fullback. He never, ever, ever gave up. Enter Brian Daboll, 2019 to 2020. Buffalo hired Brian Daboll as offensive coordinator, Nick Saban's secret weapon at Alabama. Daboll watched Allen's tape and saw something everyone missed. This kid doesn't need to be fixed. He needs to be unleashed. Daboll redesigned Buffalo's entire offense. More designed runs to use Allen's legs. Simplified reads to speed up processing. Deep shots to maximize the cannon arm. Then Buffalo made the move that changed history. They traded for Stephon Diggs, the Minnesota receiver who felt disrespected, the route runner who needed a quarterback with balls, the perfect partner for Allen's gunslinger mentality. First practice together, Allen overthrew Diggs by 5 yards on a deep route. Diggs walked back to the huddle and said, "Throw it further, I'll get there." The numbers from Allen's year 3 leap broke analytical models. Completion percentage, 56.3%, 69.2%, biggest jump in NFL history. Touchdowns, 20, 37, threw 4+ TDs 5 times. Total yards, 4,500 plus, first Bills QB ever. QBR, 90.0, better than Mahomes that season. He didn't just improve, he shape-shifted. The play that defined the transformation came Week 8 versus Seattle, 3rd and 13. Playoffs on the line, 20 seconds left. Allen scrambled for 15 seconds, spun away from 3 defenders, and threw a crossbody laser to Diggs for the first down. Russell Wilson, watching from the other sideline, mouthed, "That's not human." Buffalo made the AFC Championship. Allen had gone from biggest bust to MVP candidate in 24 months. January 23, 2022. Bills versus Chiefs, divisional round. The greatest QB duel in playoff history. The final 2 minutes. Mahomes touchdown, Chiefs lead. Allen's 75-yard drive, 154. Bills lead. Mahomes responds, 102. Chiefs lead. Allen throws his 4th TD pass with 0:13 left. Bills lead 36-33. 13 seconds remained. Buffalo had a 91% win probability. Allen had just played the perfect game. 329 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 68 rushing yards. Then, disaster. Kickoff, Kelsey, Hill, field goal, overtime. Allen never touched the ball again. He sat on the bench, helmet on, watching Mahomes end Buffalo's season. The cameras caught him mouthing, "I did everything right." He had. But sometimes perfect isn't enough. Allen came back hungrier than ever. He played smarter, played calmer, played deadlier. Buffalo didn't just rely on him for big moments. They relied on him for everything. QB power runs, 3rd and 12 scrambles, insane arm angles, off-platform lasers that no coordinator could scheme against. Josh Allen became the Buffalo offense. He became the identity. He became the heartbeat of the entire franchise. Inside the red zone, he turned himself into the NFL's most unstoppable weapon. 65-plus rushing touchdowns, multiple seasons with double-digit rushing scores. The only quarterback in league history with 5 straight seasons of 35-plus combined touchdowns. He wasn't just playing quarterback, he was redefining it. And then came 2024, the year everything clicked. The big arm, still terrifying. The mobility, still elite. But the decision-making, the command, the poise, it all reached a new level. 2024 was the season where raw talent finally fused with complete mastery. The season where the game slowed down for him. The season where he stopped just being dangerous and became inevitable. Josh Allen dominated every phase of the game, through the air, on the ground, and in the moments when the Bills needed him to be supernatural. Week after week, he stole games with his arm, broke teams with his legs, carried Buffalo through pressure like it was oxygen. And by the end of the year, there was no debate, no controversy, no argument left standing. Josh Allen was named the NFL's most valuable player. Not because of hype, not because of narrative, but because he earned it. Because he overwhelmed the league with a level of quarterback play so complete, so explosive, so unstoppable that voters had no choice but to hand him the trophy. For the first time, the world finally saw Josh Allen the way his family had seen him all along. A superstar, a leader, a once-in-a-generation force of nature. Let's be clear about what Josh Allen represents. He's not the most accurate quarterback, that's Burrow. He's not the most athletic, that's Lamar. He's not the most clutch, that's Mahomes. He's the most terrifying. At 6 feet 5 inches, 240 pounds with 4.7 speed and a 62-mile-per-hour fastball, Allen is the evolutionary apex predator of the position, the T-Rex of quarterbacks, the final boss. But here's what makes Allen truly special: context. Before Allen, Buffalo had made the playoffs twice in 20 years. Season tickets cost $200. The Bills were rumored to be moving to Toronto. After Allen, 5 straight playoff appearances, season tickets have a 20-year waiting list. Buffalo is building a $1.7 billion stadium specifically for him. He didn't just save a franchise, he saved a city. Compare him to his peers. Mahomes inherited Andy Reid and was picked 10th overall. Burrow was the unanimous #1 pick to a team that tanked for him. Herbert was a top 10 pick who sat behind a veteran. Lamar was picked into a perfect system with an elite defense. Allen, 0 college offers, 7th overall to a team with no offensive weapons. Learned under Nathan Peterman, yes, really, but most importantly, he built his football success from overlooked beginnings. Former NFL quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick said it best: Josh Allen shouldn't exist. He breaks every rule of quarterback development. He was too raw, too inaccurate, too late of a bloomer, and he turned all of that into fuel. He's not supposed to be this good. That's what makes him unstoppable. The kid who sent 1,000 emails begging for a chance? He's now the highest paid player in Bills history. The quarterback Mel Kiper said would be a parody? He's thrown for 29,000 plus yards and 200 plus total touchdowns. The California farm boy nobody wanted? He's Buffalo's king. Here's what Josh Allen proved to every overlooked athlete watching this. The experts don't know everything. The analytics can be wrong. The only opinion that truly matters is yours. From 0 offers to 0 doubters left. So here's my question, and I want to know what you think in the comments. Is Josh Allen the best quarterback to never win a Super Bowl? Does Allen eventually get his ring? Or does he retire as this generation's Dan Marino? Drop your take below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the most unlikely MVP candidate in NFL history, make sure you're subscribed for more untold NFL stories like this one.